morning, everybody. Welcome to the Big T today, Sunday, the 28th of August, day 3 of the Timonium Meet. My name's Frank Vespi. I'm with the Racing Biz, theracingbiz.com, joined by my friend, partner, colleague, and track announcer, Dave Rodman. Dave Rodman gave out a 20-1 shot yesterday on an eventful Saturday at the Big T. We also had a stake. Breviary, the longest shot on the board, runs down Malibu Beauty in the shadow of the wire to get up, and a big effort from her. And Dave, what were your thoughts on the Saturday card?
My thoughts are, I'm happy Baltimore Bud won. Second thought is, I don't know. I really should have put Breviary 1-2 in that spot, in the four-horse field, because such an improving horse. And Malibu Beauty, yeah, was the speed, but was kind of a little bit suspect around the three-turn experience. That was the mistake of the day, so one mistake and one positive. But the good news, it's Sunday, and it's another day.
It's another
and
day.
It's Turkey Leg Sunday.
Turkey Leg Sunday.
I'm off
yesterday,
the pickle pizza.
Off the pickle pizza, gherkin. Not so much.
And
all right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So let us look at the Sunday card. We got a 9-race card. Got a fun starter allowance. I like that starter at the end of the card, 25,000 in life starter. So that's a fun feature. The 8th race coming up. But let's start with the first here. We got Exacta Trifecta and the early double, claim 5,000 going a half mile. And Dave, we're similar, but we kind of jumbled it all up.
Yeah, I like the Cairo Kids kick an early speed from the outside draw. I think he's going to be the speed of the speed by the time they round that turn. There may be some other foot in there, like a committee man or something like that. Don't Cross Fuzz. He's been known to be fast in his career early on. This is a comeback race for Don't Cross Fuzzy, second race after the layoff, so could be dangerous. But I'm going with perhaps speed of speed in that abbreviated 4 furlong dash with 6. The Cairo Kid, 6, 1, 2, and 3.
I went 3, 6, 1, 2 here, using Committee Man on top, going for a price play to start the day. John Carlisle trains this runner. This runner's been working mostly at Charlestown, has had some pretty good efforts against Similar. Last time out, first off, a little bit of a layoff, very troubled trip, didn't break alertly, which is uncharacteristic of him, and then got steadied completely out of it on the turn. I'm drawing a line through that, and I'm saying if this horse can run back to, say, the 55 buyer that he did a couple starts ago, where is he? He's probably 1-2 in this group.
It looks like it's going to be a gun and run from Don't Cross Fuzzy, Committee Man. I'm expecting those two to go, and the Cairo Kid to break okay, and then advance outside of them. That's the way I kind of see the projected pace of the race. All right.
Let's move on to race 2. 5,000, never win 2. 3 and up, going 6.5 furlongs. 2 turns here at the Big T. And once again, we got the same 4, but we got them all jumbled up, Dave.
Well, William Humphrey got home yesterday on Baltimore Bud. Doesn't owe me any money. Good ride there. Just hung on. But I'm going to go William Humphrey here, the apprentice on Winston's Gold. I think this is the softest field he's seen in a long, long time. You throw out the sloppy and turf efforts, 2 starts, last 2 starts, and I think he's really, really competitive in this spot, dropping in for the nickel. 6 Middle Earth. Interesting horse, too. Hugh McMahon barn. He's got some good numbers, especially that race at Penn National. But that was going a mile and 70 yards. That race first off the claim after the layoff there. But beaten favorite last time out, so I don't know what's up with that. So maybe he can get back to some old form. No money down to the inside with J.D. Acosta aboard for the Salzman barn. He doesn't appear to have that much early lick, but he's run against some quick paces and closed into them. So if there's any horse that maybe kind of have a little closing kick in here, it may be the one.
Where's the speed here, Dave?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, because that's kind of a puzzle.
I think Winston's Gold, if he goes back to his old form back in February and March, he's the speed, honestly. That was part of the reason I picked him.
If he does go back to that. Otherwise, I kind of think it might be bet on bits for Dale Capuano. This is a runner that this is who I'm using on top. They claim this horse for 16, 2 back. They try him for 20. pretty well, gets his head kicked in. I think they're taking a very realistic approach here. Okay, he's not the horse we hoped he was when we dropped the claim slip, so we're going to put him in for 5. It's a perfectly reasonable spot. There's not a lot of speed here. He's kind of drawn inside of, he's drawn basically in the 2-hole here, so kind of feel like this is one that they might just put on the front and see what happens. And if he benefits from the class relief, I think he's going to make some noise in this spot.
Yeah, well, you see, he went head-to-head in his debut run where he broke his maiden in that race with Don't Cross Fuzzy, and he had the speed as well. So, yeah, if he can run head-and-head early with that runner, he should have early lick. But, again, just like me, I'm looking for something back on the form to project that.
Yep. All right, let's head to race 3. Once again, 5 claimers. This is a hybrid condition, 3-year-olds or older horses that have never won 3 races, going 6.5. And, well, here's a shocker. We used most of the same horses, but we jumbled them up. And you are going with 5-star Phil for Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, toss the race on the turf, but his races 2 and 3 back off of the claim from a sharp barn, though. Third, beaten 6 lengths to Annie Poison, and fourth, going 5.5 over at Laurel. I think are good enough to get him over the top in this group. Hair of the Dog is an interesting horse. He's a hard-trying horse. He had a little, burst of good form, breaking his maiden and coming right back after that confidence builder with a non-winner, a 2-score at 18-1. This year has been a little slow for him, but he's never been at Timonium. Maybe he's going to like Timonium.
The Timonium wake-up angle. I love it. Actually, that's the horse I'm using on top, Hair of the Dog. And
Okay.
I'll tell you what. You look back at the maiden and the next race, he's able to kind of tip outside, make a run outside of horses. Last time he's buried inside. He's kind of in tight all the way. And I went back and watched that. I felt like watching it that the horse was trying hard, but was maybe just a little hesitant to go through the hole on the rail. He was kind of inching up, but didn't quite want to just stick his head in there and go for it. He's drawn outside a little bit today. What I'm hoping is Walter Rodriguez can go back to that, kind of sit back, be outside the horses, and make a run. And I think that might be good enough
I would agree with that assessment. It seems like most of the times he's run big races, he set right off the pace, kind of made run a little like a burst run outside to get there. And so that probably will be the plan today, and we'll see if it goes.
If it comes to fruition.
Yeah, if it comes to fruition.
7-6-4-5 for Dave, 6-5-7-9 for me here in the third race. Fourth race, maiden 5's going 6.5, 2 turns. Every race today is 4 or 6.5, so fairly predictable. And, well, hey, look at us. We're using different horses altogether in the top spot, and they're not even on the ticket.
I didn't check. Did we agree at all on today's program? Yesterday we had 2 agreements.
I have not checked either. We were
so far
staggered.
So far 0 for 4 right now?
Okay.
All
right. Highland Dream.
Yeah, Highland Dream. It's a jockey-trainer combination play. Geron Barbosa, Chuck Lawrence, the last 6 months, 13 tries together, 4 wins, and a huge return on investment of $4.05. I don't know what the magic is there, but the horse is in form, has numbers to win, has a style to win, and as a team, they've just been winning right and left, and I'm going to stick with that hot combo in the fourth race. 3, 5, 6, and 1. Slow Gin Biz, interesting candidate because he was a reclaim in the Claudio Gonzalez barn. A horse I never thought they would take back, right? But they did. They lost for 12-5.
Yep.
Really wasn't, after the drop. And then a few tries in another barn, and they claimed him back for 10, and he ran third last time out, but he's still not seemingly a world, but maybe he's kind of a barn favorite. I don't know. But the Claudio reclaim, old Claudio form from this horse might do the trick.
No, I agree with that. I didn't use Highland Dream here, but one notable thing is that the second place horse from that runner's last start was the beaten favorite, came back to run pretty well in a maiden 25 next, so bumped up several steps and ran pretty well. I'm using Galway Lad on top for Linda Albert, Yomar Ortiz. They've already dealt a long shot winner so far here at the Big T. This horse ran poorly last time. I'm going to give him one more shot. Got a couple other races back on the form a little bit that fit here. The race that he ran poorly in last time, made in 12.5s, that's the race that Drums and Bass came out of to win the lid lifter yesterday. So that might turn out to be a pretty decent heat. I go 4-1-6-5 here. Dave goes 3-5-6 and the 1 in the fourth race here at Timonium. Let's turn our attention to race 5, which wanted to be a salty race, wanted to be a pretty good $8,000 claimer going a half mile. Scratches take their toll. There's only 3 of them left.
We agree.
You go 2, I go 2.
Okay. I'm hoping that Chakota can get back to her dirt form where she has in the past a lot of races that do not show on your form a long time ago. Some do, where she's had early speed. She's very quick early when she wants to be. She's been okay and quick on the synthetic track. Coming back to the dirt, that trick hasn't always worked here at Timonium, but I'm hoping that Geron Barbosa guns and goes and says, catch me if you can. If they catch her, it's going to be one of the 2 Kieran McGee horses that catch her, because he's got 2 in here in the 3-horse field. He's got Dat Dares Gold and Captain Sam. I ran into Kieran in the racing office, and he asked me who I liked in that race, setting me up, of course,
Of course.
And not knowing the scratches at the time.
Right.
He says he kind of prefers Captain Sam over Dat Dares Gold, because maybe Dat Dares Gold doesn't have that 4 furlong kind of lick. So that would mean Dat Dares Gold is probably the winner.
Right. Is he fogging you here?
Yeah. I think
Yeah. So the other thing to mention here is...
I'm only kidding. Really. Okay.
We kid because we care.
Yeah.
The other thing to mention here, definition of a small sample size, but in the first 2 days of the meet, the rail 3 for 5 in 4 furlong races here at Timonium.
Oh, I like that.
So
very good.
I'm all about small sample sizes.
Okay.
So we both go 2. We agree. Race 5, it's the 2 horse, which means Kieran's probably a lock.
He'll run 1-2, and we'll be third.
Go us.
Okay.
All right.
6th race, a few more horses to look at here. Scratch 7, 8, 10, and 11. Kind of changes the race a little bit. Maybe Air on Fire out, and especially Here We Go out a little bit here. And what do you have?
I ended up with Drive By Layover. I go 2, 6, 3, 4 in this spot. And the thing I like about Drive By Layover, and I said this earlier about a different Dale Capuano trained horse. This horse now is 3 for 8. They're continually putting him in realistic spots where he can win. And, last time out he wins for 10. Now he's in for 5 as he moves up the ladder. A lot of times horses need to be devalued. I just feel like they're just identifying. They've decided that this horse is going to be a horse and not going to be anything special. So they're going to put him in places where he can win, and they're going to maximize his potential to earn money and do well. And that's what they're doing here. And that works for me.
Okay. My kind of price play of the day, I decided to go ahead and put the horse on top. I was going to put Drive By Layover on top. Mucho Mas Grande, I look at his form. He's run a lot of mile-plus races, 2-turn races. He's running the turf a lot, even going way back before the Claim 2 back. But I just got this feeling in this spot, if he can run back to that June 5th race at Laurel, that mile run behind Al Brown, and you look back in some of his races, he's almost a better dirt sprinter. And he's a price. So I go with the 8-year-old Mucho Mas Grande. Hasn't won this year, but I'm just relying on maybe that race behind Al Brown. Al Brown, when he's okay, he's like a 68, 72 type buyer number horse. Give me a horse in here. Drive By Layover is run a 67. I'm looking on, just glancing down the form. I think he's right there and projects and maybe even better. So I'll quit talking about him because I'm going to start to bury him here in a minute. So 3,
He's going to go
2,
off 4 to 5.
6,
Good job,
and
Dave.
5. Well, no. And Spitball, of course.
I think we should talk about Spitball a moment because that is the favorite, and both of us are trying to beat him.
Yeah, and he's dropping into the nickel here for Anthony Ferrier. And was 3rd behind wasn't that horse like 40 to 1? Made the journey at Laurel last time out, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure. was a big long shot upset special and couldn't really make an impact there. So maybe. By the way, it is Dennis Rujo on Spitball, Arnaldo Bocachica off all of his mounts today.
Yeah, that's correct. And the other thing, Spitball ran third in that Made the Journey race. There was a claim on him. The claim was voided, so they get him back. Now they're dropping him in for a nickel.
Well, yeah, he's ran third behind Accelerator, so he's going to be the big favorite in the spot. And obviously he runs back to his best race. He's getting his picture taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or pitcher. Or picture.
Picture. Did I say picture or pitcher? I've been in Maryland way too long, buddy.
Well, now you're in Timonian.
It's picture.
Picture. And it's Timonian.
Right.
All right. Seventh race is 4 furlongs.
What's glass of water. You got any water?
I got a bottle of water. I'll give it to you afterwards.
I do too. I got it.
All right. Maiden Specials going 4 furlongs. These are filly and mares, 3 and up, going a half mile. $46,000. Nice purse here. Dave, you go 3.265. I go 2.634. So we're similar, but again, a little bit jumbled. You're on Twizzlers Hurricane.
I am.
Are you not?
Oh.
Oh, no, we haven't changed over to. I apologize.
Okay, no, I did have that horse on top 48 hours ago. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to comment on Twizzlers Hurricane, but I went, seeing as I picked a long shot earlier, I'm just going to chalk out here with Winked.
Yeah.
Although, maybe she's the Kimi Chardonnay of Sunday, and it's going to finally win. But, I've seen her run. She's a lot of turf, more turf than dirt races on the farm. And in all of the races, she just kind of seemingly waits on horses. But at a half mile, if you can get there, clear up, and hold on, today might be the day for Wink. However, the race may be a little deeper than that. In Pray for the USA, has early speed as well. 2 winners out of Pray for the USA's last race at Laurel. The spot take race, Bear Grease, and yesterday's finale winner, Hot Spice.
I also use Winked. Memorably, Winked is out of Jazzy Idea. If folks remember Jazzy Idea, she was a rocket ship. And Winked is no Jazzy Idea, clearly, but has run, as you say, pretty good races. Any of those races back would be enough in this spot. I used underneath, I used 24 Karat Rose. Now, this horse, I taking a little shot, 10-1 on this horse. Showed good speed in debut, and then after hopping, dueled, and then stopped. Kind of like what they've done here, though. The horse showed a little speed, so showed you a little something. They've given it a couple months off. Some works in there in the meantime, working okay. Now you're bringing it back. It's a little bit easier spot. If this horse has talent, and that wasn't just some sort of, it could go for 2 furlongs, this is a horse that could carry that speed a little bit farther and be a little more engaged at the end of this race.
Angel Cruz is on 3 Twizzlers Hurricane. It kind of attracted me back to her. Originally was going to pick her on top, but by Daredevil, a first-time starter, 4 years old, 10% win sire Daredevil. But the dam Juno by Mr. Greeley did break her maiden with an 89 buyer number. Good workout at Fair Hill August the 11th. Determined Truth and Renaissance. Better horses than this maiden, I think.
Marie, can you just tell us a little bit about
equal time? Ran equal time of the same day, 48 and 3 in the best of the morning. So it's possible she could run. She could have some early speed here. Twizzlers Hurricane.
No, I agree, and her siblings are one of them won at first asking, and several of them are okay. It's a family that runs a little bit, so that is a horse that certainly is worth some consideration. All right, on to the 8th. We talked about this. This is a starter allowance for horses that have ever run for $25,000, and they're going 4 furlongs, so you got to show speed. And in a shocking twist, Dave and I are not on the same horse. Go ahead, Dave. You got the 6th horse here.
Yeah, because the one thing I forgot to do is look up Kevin Patterson. And the record here at Timonium, just found it in the last 5 years. 7 starters, 3 winners, 43%. And a positive ROI, if you can believe that, with 3 winners. Is that possible? Yeah, I guess it is possible. Highest price is about 3-1. And so I'm just going to pick this horse on top. Connections, they come to win.
Yeah. No, and nobody gets horses more prepared for the kind of speed you need to go 4.5 furlongs than Kevin Patterson does. I took a shot against, and I'm probably barking up the wrong tree, but there are a lot of horses in this race that have only shown the ability to just go as fast as they can and see what happens next. One who actually has shown the ability to run into the pace a little bit, got plenty of speed, but has shown a little ability to not be first early and still run on and win. That's Fully Connected. That's the one horse, Anthony Ferrier. Boca Chica off, as Dave mentioned, off his mounts today, but J.D. Acosta's up, so that seems like a good thing. And obviously he doesn't want to get buried behind 15 horses, but if he can work out a trip from there, he might end up sitting kind of in the right spot.
And that inside post, as you mentioned, doing well on the 4 furlong sprints here from a real small sample from a few days here. Yeah, I can see that. He tuned up at the Mountain after a race at Laurel. A couple of nice win in the second there at the Mountain. Don't underestimate the Mountain.
Actually, in Primal Destiny, ran in that exact same race a year ago and ran second or third.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they're sort of following in each other's footsteps. Anything else you want to say about the 8th?
No.
All right, on to the 9th. Maiden 40s for 2-year-old fillies, going 6.5 here. 2 turns, and shocker, Dave and I are on different horses. All right, Dave, talk to me about Water Fight, Arnaud Delacour, and Lael Stables.
Arnaud Delacour at Timonium with a first-time starter. The dam, I was trying to read my note. I can't even read my note. I know the dam's note, but the other note is, I'm lost on it, but I believe I know what I'm talking about here. The dam Small Rebellion, Water Fight's dam, was 2 for 2 in her career, so cut out to be a really nice horse. That means she won first out. There you go.
Ding,
so
ding, ding.
Win early on the dam side, and good works at Fair Hill. The works comparatively to a horse named Navy Goat, who I have a note that I can't read on. Anyway, trust me, I'm just going by works and win early. And Lael Stables running a horse at the Big T. I mean, this is maybe an all or nothing situation,
I
right?
think that may be an all. I think you may be exactly right about that. I was very interested to see a Lael horse show up at the Big T first time out of the box, particularly because it's not a Maryland bred. It's a Kentucky bred. So I thought that. But, yes, you're right.
Navy Goat, I think, was 3-5 at Monmouth, if you can read my scribble.
You don't get entertainment like this anywhere else. I went with the one horse here, Another Day Gone By. This one has mostly run on synthetic and turf, has made 5 starts, which is a negative. 2 back, though, only start on dirt of her career. They sent her up to Saratoga, the Brookses. This horse, it's an off-the-turf 5.5 furlong sprint. She is nowhere. Now, runs into finish a respectable 5th, beaten 5 lengths. You could make the argument that she just kind of sucked up into the pace, and maybe that's true. But let's talk about the winner of that race for a minute. That's a Bill Mott trainee. Mott horses don't typically win first asking. They usually need a race. So this looks like a very precocious runner. She is by American Pharaohs, who's developing into a top sire, and obviously a Triple Crown winner. And she's a half-sister to Frank's Roquette, who's a millionaire, multiple graded stakes winner, who just won very impressively in the Pink Ribbon at Charlestown. In other words, the winner of that race is bred to be a rocket ship. This is a good effort by this horse. And again, maybe just sucked up into it, but it feels to me like a repeat of that is going to win here.
Yeah, see? I have that little horse circled in green there. I can read that. I can't read my own writing, but
you can
everything you said about American Roquette, right?
What he said.
Perfect point.
You want to talk about Galactic Tide at all?
Well, there are a couple of horses in here that come out of the one of them now, because Ice Cube Baby is out. The Spencerian race, which I thought was a pretty quick race early for maiden special weight at Laurel, and Spencerian drew off by 6. The winner was second by 4. A Galactic Tide just kind of even paced around there. But I'm going to give her a shot here with Courtney Young, coming out of a very what I thought was a quick race overall for the group at Laurel.
All right, I used a Nath underneath, and I'll just quickly say I got nothing on this one. I mean, it's blinkers on, first time in the Sanchez Solomon barn. Had a troubled trip on debut, so maybe we just draw a line through that and see what happens here. It's a little bit of a heavy lift. There's others that attract more, but
it is blinkers on.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't get that's a late blinkers on too. Well, when the form originally came out, it wasn't in there. I didn't notice that. So that's a good catch.
So
it is blinkers on, as noted in the bottom of your program, off the claim.
Yeah.
For a barn that does well off the claims we outlined yesterday here on today at the Big T.
I'm talking you into it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Actually, kind of you're talking yourself into
well,
it.
I don't know. I mean, I did not pick her fourth, which I probably should have now because of that fact. I'll put her in the mix.
Put her in the mix.
Now you're making me doubt. A, I can't read my writing on the Arnaud Delacour horse.
But you know it was good, and that's what's important.
It was, see, Monmouth. Can you read that? Okay.
All right, that's going to do it. Dave 6714 in the nightcap. I'm 1326. It's going to do it here for us on the Big T today. Dave, any last thoughts on your way up to call the races?
Nah, we're rocking and rolling. We got a good betting card again today here at Timonium, and see if I got a long shot home, and it's Turkey Leg Sunday.
Turkey Leg Sunday. Can't wait. All right, we're 30 to post here. This is it for the Big T today. Check back in just a few minutes. I will join Callie Francois to actually say a lot of the same stuff you just heard me say. Good luck today, everybody.